Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 10 of Minecraft, the Betweenlands. Hello, everyone. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. On today's episode of Escape the Betweenlands, we are going to actually begin building the center base here in Betweenlands. We've been digging down pretty well, getting very close to finding some Valenite. We thankfully enough found some life crystals, or at least a life crystal last time. And since we're getting close to being able to get Valenite, there's a few things that I want to do. The main thing is going to be I want to start building up a new center base, or basically center base itself. This tree has been working pretty well so far. It's been keeping us, safe for the most part for these past 10 episodes. But I do think it's time for me to go ahead and start constructing center base for a couple reasons. One is I'm going to need some space to be able to grow a lot of different plants that I'm going to be needing for all of the aspects, testing and stuff that I need to do, growing the different aspects, and I'm gonna need a lot of space to be able to do such things. I also want to be able to farm up some of the other quote-unquote crops that you can here, mostly like the weeping bells that you'll see like right there. I want to have kind of a dedicated area for growing the swamp reeds. I do want to start breeding the mire snails, because yes, I can find them kind of all over the place, but I do want to start breeding them up because you can actually get their eggs as another food source. With that in mind, like I said, I would like to go ahead and start building center base here. Let's take a look and see what I've just been working on, kind of flattening out the area a bit off camera. Nothing too major, just kind of adding some dirt here and there. I've been keeping all of the mud and peat where I've found it previously. I was originally thinking of basically making a much larger center base design. Basically, this 2x2 set of 2x2 set of chunks being contained within the entirety of the circle of center base. And I'm noticing the sky is getting a little dark and red. This is gonna make things interesting if I've got a red sky night while hi there, Swamp Hag. Hello. This is gonna make building a little interesting. It appears to be a red sky night, or red sky day. And we know what happens with that. We have a lot more enemies spawning, specifically the Swamp Hags. So, yeah, this might make building a wee bit interesting, but let's see. Let's go ahead and grab a bit more swamp dirt just to be able to place any in case I need to. But yeah, so my original idea was to build a gigantic, and I do mean gigantic, circle for the weedwood tree stump that is going to be center base. That entirely encompasses the 2x2 set of chunks that will be center base. To the point where if we head on over here, I'll kind of show it off a little bit. So this, hi there. That's a peat mummy. I don't think I want to fight that. I need to get away. To the point where, let's back off a second. We're going to switch to crab sticks for food, because they're the best food. Hi. I guess we're fighting a peat mummy here to begin with. Hi, Chirama. You have nothing to do with this. Thank you. Okay. We got the peat mummy. Good. Basically, I originally wanted to have the large tree stump entirely encompassing the 2x2 chunks for center base, to the point where the far corners of what would be considered the tree stump would be around the edges. But after kind of looking at that design for a while, I may still end up doing it, but it is an incredibly large build. It's a build I've done before. I have definitively done this build in the past, mostly when playing SevTech. I did that type of center base design. So this right here is 0, 0. So you've got the two chunks here, the 2x2 chunks that are around 0, 0. And thank you, Swamp Hag. Drink a swamp brew, eat a crab stick. So yeah, even going all the way out to this corner right here, if we turn on that, the corners here would be like this. So the farthest ring of the circle would be out to here, and then everything around in this 2x2 would be contained within the tree trunk itself. But kind of after looking at it, thinking about how large that is, how large of a building I want to make, and honestly how much space I need, or rather don't really need, for the size of center base of what I'm doing here in the Betweenlands as its own mod in this mod pack. I honestly don't need a base that big. I could easily get away with a base that pretty much just contains, like, here will be the starting edge of the ring and it will go inwards from there. But if I lose some, quote unquote, lose some of this space around the edge here, it's not going to be a big deal. I don't have to concern myself over much with, hey, I have exactly this amount of space to work with, so I must contain everything within the circle. I think I can do pretty well with less space. Now, that being said, if during, when I'm trying to plant my aspect seeds, when I'm trying to grow other things, if I find that I do just need to go ahead and make the largest version of center base, or I should say the larger version, I will then do so. But for now, like I said, I think I can get away with just having the smaller version, and then again, if I feel like I'm just running out of room, then I can go for the larger version. So I've got, and again, this is becoming a little bit more difficult because of the it being a red sky night here, but we'll do what we can. Ow. Trying to be very careful here. Don't want to get over. Ow. Okay, running away for a minute. Need to heal. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and switch to the frog legs for a minute. Being in the water helps me more than it does the swamp hags because it slows them down by a lot. Alright. Wait for a second. But yeah, so I'm going to build the smaller version of center base. If I feel like I need to build the bigger version, I will do so later on. But for now, I will go with the smaller version. I do have an online circle generator that I've used because obviously this is Minecraft. Circles are a little difficult to make, So I will bring that up. You all won't be able to see it, but I'll have it off to my side. So give me just a second. 2, 1, 2. Okay. Alrighty, I am back. Let us go ahead. Again, you won't be able to see the circle generator that I'm using. I just have it up kind of on my second monitor here. And we will begin building here. Again, I'm going to have to be somewhat careful because of all these swamp hags and anything else that might spawn. But, yeah. Need to get started at some point, and I just want to go ahead and get started on making center base. So, from this point, we're using, again, this is the inner part of the 2x2. This is the outer part. So we're going to go, let's see, 2, my swamp hag. So we're going 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, and then let's see, so 4, 3, 2, 1. I will connect these in just a second. Let me go ahead and make sure I do this correctly on all points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Taking a look around. There we go. Okay, so from here, it looks like it goes 1, 2, and then from here, 1, 2. That is 1/4 of a circle. Instead of having this here, I'm actually going to put that there. Let's see, how does that look to me? So 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Let's take a look. A little hard to see there. Hi, you can hop over. Got that guy down. All right, let's head over here. Take on the next couple swamp hags, because of course they're coming to attack. Ow. Okay, back off a second. Come on, swamp hag. Hop in the water. I know you want to. There we go. Yeah, I was not anticipating having a red sky night when planning this episode for building, but you know what? We deal with what we can. All right, back here. Let's. Oof! It is very red sky night right now. That's fine, and it's red sky night, but it's also foggy out. We need a frog leg. Good. Let's put down some swamp dirt just to fill in these holes. Yeah, I started filling in the 2x2 around the center of center base off camera previously, but then when I was starting to expand outward beyond that, I'm like, do I really want to spend all the time essentially expanding out the 4x4 around center base, or do I want to just stick with the 2x2? If so, will I have enough room to be able to build what I'm looking to build? Don't know. Let's see. Let's decide. And that's when I'm like, okay, I'm going to start with the smaller design. And if I need to go bigger, I'll go bigger. But for now, I want to go with the smaller design. Pop those up. Yes, spooky eyeballs in the darkness. Okay, so right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. And then we'll go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Enemy coming towards me. There we go. Another swamp hag. Let's have another frog leg. Frog leg is... Let's swap over to that. Ow. That's the only real problem I have with the Octane sword right now is the fact that it lights enemies on fire. When it lights them on fire, it makes it so they may not take knockback on the next hit. So 4, 3, 2, and oh, I see you trying to sneak around me. Thank you. I'm gonna have so many bones after this. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Doot, 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 like that. That's circled around there. Hi, Chirama. Hi. Thank you. All right, smoked snail flesh. Okay, we have a pit opening up here. We'll have to be careful. Don't know what kind of pit that's going to be. There are 2 different kinds of pits. One has the worms coming out of it. The other has like little naked mole rats. Let's go ahead. We're going to need to take down this pillar here. Grab these blocks. That between stone pillar. That pit's still there. That pit is still there. Okay. Keeping an eye out. It's getting very fuzzy out right now. I do apologize, everyone. Let's bring out... who's coming to fight? You are. You are. You are. There we go. Add a little extra dirt here. Just to give the spacing. What do we got? That is a Chirama. Not too bad. Come on. There we go. And now it's getting even darker because it's getting nighttime out. Add some more dirt here. How we looking? Looking okay. All right. So, back to this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Okay, now we need to add some more dirt on this side. I really don't want to go near that pit if I can help it. Let's turn that off for the moment so we can see. And now it's raining. Okay. Alright. I do need to go and grab some more dirt. So let's go do such things real quick. And we'll head back and continue building. Oh, it is now technically daytime. That's appreciated. All right. Back inside the starter base. Have some snail flesh. Have a swamp broth. Snail flesh is doing okay. Oh, my boots are very rough. I do not have any extra boots right now, so let me go ahead and let's see. I might just make a full set of armor actually. I have a helmet I can go ahead and combine with my current helmet. There we go, much better. Yes, let's go ahead and make a new breastplate, new pair of pants, and a new set of boots. Yes, I could just repair all of that in the animator. I don't quite have enough sulfur to be doing that pretty constantly at the moment, so I'm just gonna hold off on that for right now. Okay, get more dirt. There we go. Let's just grab the... That was not the right thing. Thank you. Put that away for the moment. Okay, back to it. Yep, and now it's raining. So it's a red sky night, and it's raining. That's all right. I see you. Come on over. I think the red sky is ending. Oh, yay. Red sky is ending. Good. Good. I don't mind it. It does make for a challenge for, you know, while doing this. I just didn't want it to end up being like, oh crap, it is so dangerous that I end up having to like stay indoors the entire episode and can't build anything. That would not be fun. Alright. Hi there. Go ahead and kill this swamp hag and go back to it. There we go. Again, gonna have plenty of bones, which will be very nice. Alright, we got another pit, so we gotta be careful. So I know we're in the ruins. Alright, and now it's becoming nighttime because that's what it does. What enemy is over here? Oh, it's a Chiramaw and... Okay. Let me grab my net in that case. We'll swap over to this. Oops. Swap over to that. Come on. Yoink. Thank you. I'll definitely take the sludge worms because I do need to get back to trying to do fishing again at some point. And using the sludge worms is going to be what's needed to catch fish. Let's add a bit more dirt. There we go. Apologies if this episode is a little all over the place. Combat does make for a bit of a difficult time of talking about exactly what I'm attempting to do, but it will work out eventually. Let's go ahead and get this chiseled between stone and between stone pillar up. Make space. Okay, so that's the 4, 3, 2, 1. Open this back up. Add some snail flesh. Alright. Grab those. And then from here, we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nope. Dirt on the bar. Thank you. Let's fill. Thank you. Oh, hi. Okay. Just to cheer him off. Came quite literally flying in at me. Okay. Yes, lightning and thunder. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. And then boop, boop, boop. Perfect. Something underground? Oh no, it's one of the cheer maws with a rider way up top. Okay. So long as they don't bother me, I'm not going to bother them. Let's continue on. There we go. That can move to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Then we'll build this side. We do need to add some more dirt. And my decay is going crazy considering this rain. But that's okay. I've got the swamp broth. Oh, this is 3 blocks deep. That's alright. Dive on into the water. Add a bit. Flash. Uh-huh. Dive in. Okay, that's just another cheer maw. Have some swamp broth. Thank you. We've got a pillar here. Is there more of this pillar underneath this dirt? There is. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and dig this pillar up. Because why not? Also, it means that it's not underneath my base. Hi, something... Okay. There we go. Shallow breath down. Perfect. There we go. Rest of that pillar is done. Got some peat. Let's replace the dirt. I think I'm gonna have to go and dig more dirt up at this point. Come on. Place, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that Cheermaw rider is... Oh boy. Sparkles! Oof. Struck the mushrooms. Alright, back to building. You stay over there, Cheermaw rider. And I'm not gonna bother you. You don't bother me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 1. And then we just connect them. Boop, boop, and a boop. Alright. Is that the full circle? I do believe it is. Okay. So, the basic ring of center base is now completed. We'll take a look. It is... Oh, hello, White. I see you running your little heart out. There we go. White is down. Good. All right. So from here, since we have the full circle connected, we're going to have to fight this Chiramaw, because I know he's going to come and attack. Okay, so if we take a look at our mini-map there in the top right corner, we'll see we're currently at Y122. Ground level in this mod, in this dimension, ground level is Y121. Now, I could just build the tree and the floor at this level, but my brain being my brain, I'm close enough to Y128, which is halfway up. Obviously, the world height is 256 in this version of Minecraft. I'm close enough to Y128 that my brain is wanting me to have that be the base, the floor level of center base. So I do believe we're going to do such things. We're going to build up 1, 2, and we'll just kind of add blocks as we go around. I'm unsure exactly how much of this building I want to do on camera versus off camera, because a lot of it is just going to be like adding blocks like this. But once I have this built up to Y128, that is going to be the floor of center base. The floor itself is going to be made out of the kind of tan colored central wood blocks or logs. From there, the wall is going to go up another 9 blocks technically, because I want to have an 8 block air gap to be able to build in. And then from there, I'm going to build my roof out of the reed blocks. See, all that is coming up nicely. At this point, I most definitely need to go get some more wood. So let's do such things. That's just a regular Chiramaw over there. Hi. Chiramaw. Thank you. All right. Back to starter base to go get some more logs. And we'll continue on. Yeah, a lot of this episode is probably going to be building. I do apologize, but I do want to get some of the building done. Let's go ahead. Just empty our inventory of that stuff for right now. I'm not seeing any more of the little worms, so I can put away the net itself. I will grab some ladders. And I will put that over here. I have no more swamp dirt. Okay. I will have to keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and grab some more logs. Let's say around that much. And then we'll see how much more we need once we finish this portion. Mainly keeping the ladders on me for right now because I don't want to build the staircase that is going to be the main way in and out of here just yet. I will build that kind of later on once I have the full circle done. Hi. Yes. All right. Back to building. So up another 2. Who's running towards me? Oh, it's just a Chiramaw. Okay. Hi. Yes, I know you're going to be very ferocious, Chiramaw. I'm aware. Thank you. Placing these blocks. I'm just using the this version of the weedwood log right now, just to make all the wood kind of be going in the same direction. How's it looking so far? It looks pretty good on the mini-map. Hello, White. Are you going to come and interfere with my building progress? If you are, I'm not going to be very happy. I shall smite you. There's still plenty of space on the inside that I need to fill in at some point. Most likely I'll be doing that with... honestly, I'm not sure. I was originally thinking of just like filling it in with dirt. But given how much dirt I've had to use to just fill in the kind of holes around... Ow! Sure, I wasn't looking that way. Excuse me. I was looking around the other side and did not see the Chiramaw coming to dive bomb me. Ladder up. Continue on. Yeah, given how much dirt I've had to use so far, I would have to dig up a lot of dirt to have it be like the filler material between here, the ground, and up to where the floor is going to be. It's not really a big deal what material I use to be the filler, given the fact that I'm never going to see it unless I have to dig down into the floor of center base, which I'm going to have to do for a couple small projects. Mostly like creating an area inside the base if I wanted to grow the swamp reeds. Probably also, come to think of it, growing some of the water only plants. There are a few that you can grow in your base, but you have to grow them in water to do so. He looks so sad. He's like, oh, I can't attack you up there. I'm so sad. I'm gonna walk away. Let's grab some more weedwood logs. Oh no, here's my chance. Got some more snail flesh. How is snail flesh doing? Let's swap over to crab sticks. Okay. So from here, we're gonna go up 2 more blocks. And now we are currently on Y128. So again, this is going to be the floor level for center base itself. It is, you know, it is a fair bit higher up than the ground that's around, and that's okay. That is why I plan on building a nice looking ramp that will look like part of the root system for this tree stump. That will be the way that I get in. I'm gonna have it mirrored on each side so that I can just run in no matter which way I'm coming at center base. If I'm coming from the north or from the south, I'll just be able to run in and be able to enter the base. I don't know. That's one of those things that, you know, again, way back when, way back when I first started playing Minecraft, is trying to and I know it's completely a silly thing to try and have to make a decision on, but like, what direction do I want to have the door facing? Hi, Chiramaw. Are you coming to attack me? You are. That's fine. You know, do I want to be able to get into my base from every angle? Like if I'm coming from the north or the south, do I want to be able to get in from all four sides? Do I want to have to run entirely around my base every time I need to go in because my only door is on, say, the north side, for example? And pretty much I decided a long time ago that if I am building a base that is not like built into a mountain or something, I'm going to make it to where I can get into said base from any side. So I don't have to keep just running to the north side of my base to be able to get in. I will, you know, if I'm coming from the south, I'll be able to get in that side. If I'm coming in from the east, I'll be able to get in from that side. Just to make it easier, because I have had a few times in the past, and again, this is, you know, over the course of several years of playing Minecraft, where I would attempt to get into my base. I'm running away from an enemy or something, but unfortunately, I would get caught like on the wrong side of the base and end up dying, which was obviously never fun. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to, you know, build on some side. I might as well build all the way around. So that's where I really started going with the kind of like equally shaped bases, to where this base is a circle. It's a circle contained within 4 squares, but it is effectively a circle. But I'll have a door on every side. I'll be able to get in on any side I want to. I don't have to worry about going around just to the south side of the base to get in. There we go. This is why I've been, anytime I've been chopping down a weedwood tree, I've been collecting all of the kind of core weedwood, this kind of tannish color, because this is going to be my floor here. This is also going to be pretty much the central pillar of the ladder well that I'm going to be building, that goes all the way down to bedrock level. Basically, I want it to look like this giant tree grew, and at some point it's stopped, you know. I don't want to say that it necessarily stopped growing, or that I like killed the tree and chopped the top off of it or anything. But basically, when I found it, it was a giant trunk. There's my ladder here. And oh, almost. Hi. You're gonna be a pain, but that's fine. There we go. Thank you very much for the white heart. I appreciate. Let us go and grab more of the central wood and get back to building. Back over to the starter base. Oh. Feels good to be working on a full center base design. Again, was kind of, you know, originally trying to decide, do I just want to make a square? Do I want to make a tree house kind of thing? Do I want to make like a giant tree trunk? But I'm happy with the design I'm going with right now. Let's go ahead, grab all of this. I'll probably honestly need more. If so, that's not a big deal. I will go collect all those materials off camera. Hello, big fish. But yeah, that's honestly starting to look pretty good so far. Again, I'm aware of the fact that it's, you know, pretty plain, but decorating it will come over time. Let's go ahead and put some ladders right here, just so I can get to the floor level. So I'm not having to like build up every time. There we go. Have some swamp broth and continue on. I will, once I finish filling in the, you know, this air gap between the ground level and the floor, I will go ahead and extend the ladder well all the way to what I've already been digging out. I'm actually going to redesign the ladder well to be around a central pillar of this kind of wood. Instead of just digging out the 4 blocks of 0, 0 there and then putting a ladder on the side, I'll have a bunch of ladders all going down along a central, quite literally a central pillar. If you've seen me play Sevtech, if you've seen me play even Stoneblock more recently, same basic idea. Just having the central pillar of some material that I have the ladders built around. And, yeah. Again, it's just kind of, you know, you get used to making a base design. You just kind of stick with it for ease of use. The design works, might as well keep using it. And now if I was playing, you know, a different mod pack, if I was playing something that was like, I don't know, super space themed, I might go with like a different look. But this works for this. I hear you over there, Chiramal. I hear you making noise. Main reason I want to make sure that I fill in the air gap there is just so I don't constantly have like creatures spawning under the base that I have to go take care of, or you know, we have another Red Sky event and I have just dozens upon dozens of the swamp hags just roaming around the bottom of my base. That would be helpful for, you know, spawn capping the area. But also, I don't want to then try and climb down the ladder well and then be accosted by a dozen swamp hags all at once. Or worse, you know, worse yet, having some swamp hags merging with the whites and suddenly doing their ranged attack through the walls inside my base while I'm trying to work on something. That would not be good. So that will be completely filled in. I see you there. Let's see. You got a shallow breath there that's still kind of stinking around. It's getting kind of foggy. I definitely do think that I'm going to need to go harvest more weed wood, and that's okay. Is that Shallow Breath coming to attack? Can't quite tell. Looks like it might. Oops. Misplaced block. Ah, it's another Chiramal. Okay. Aye. That's alright. Chiramals are no big deal, as long as I know they're coming towards me. Alright. But yep, it's pretty much just going to be repeating this pattern whenever possible to finish up the floor here. Again, I do think I'm going to need to go harvest more of this weed wood, which means cutting down some more weed wood trees. That I can do off camera. Oops. It is getting somewhat close to the end of the episode, or where I will be ending. So with that in mind, and the fact that I need to go harvest more materials, here's my ladder. Let's head back over to starter base. Fight this Chiramal that's heading over. There we go. And let's take a look at what else we have going on over here. There are a bunch of fish around. I could attempt to go fishing again, just to see what it looks like. I have watched a few videos on how to do the fishing minigame. I've not practiced it at all because I've been trying to save that for doing on camera. But I could certainly give it a go again. Ooh, excuse me. Let's put away the food. Put away the ladders. All right, so things to do off camera is going to be harvesting more weed wood, specifically the central weed wood. Again, the roof I'm going to be using, or the material I'm going to be using for the roof, is going to be this thatch, which is going to look basically like this. So the whole roof layer is going to be looking like that. Mainly because I don't want it to just keep raining down and having the rain kind of wash away my crops. But yeah, since there's some fish around, let's go ahead and try and successfully catch a fish. You have my fishing pole. I have my silt glass jar, which I can put some worms in. Let's see, what is... Okay, that's just a lurker. That's fine. We need... have some food. There we go. How's my food doing? We can switch to that. I will need a net. Take down my shield. But yeah, let's try and do a fish. Let's take a couple sludge worms and just put them in. All right. There we go. Let's give it a try. All right, so basically what you have to do is you have to be right-clicking. There we go. I got it. Where's the fish? And then if I come over here... I got it. I actually caught a fish. So it is freshly caught. Very nice. Let's grab another worm. So basically what I was doing is I was holding down the right click button to try and reel the fish in. You have to be tapping right click to actively be reeling the fish in. And then whenever the fish is, let's go ahead and kill this guy first. Whenever the fish is behind an obstacle in that little mini game bar, you have to stop right clicking, otherwise you could potentially lose the fish. That's where I was making my mistake before. All right, but we got a big fish here. All right, give it a moment, and let's see. There we go. Quickly, 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 quickly. Got it. Nice. I caught 2 fish. Okay. So now what we do with the fish is we'll head back inside. I have not made the cutting table yet, I don't think. Let me check to make sure. That's the water filter. That's the steeping pot. Gecko cage. There's my life crystal. No, I have not made the cutting table yet. What is it called? trimming table, excuse me, uses a bone axe to chop caught fish and crabs. So I need a smooth between stone slab and a weedwood log. Okay, that's going to be pretty easy to make. So some smooth between stone is just smelting between stone. I've got plenty between stone. So let's go ahead and smelt that up. And we'll make ourselves a trimming table. And I have a bone axe. So we got that. It's kind of corroded, but that's okay. There we go. Here's our smooth between stone. I do have to be careful. I want to make sure that my fish don't start getting stinky. Because if you have them in your inventory for too long, they will become stinky. Okay, smooth between stone slab. We need 1 weedwood log. Combine the 2 together, and we get a trimming table. All right. Let's see, where do I want to put this? Just put it right here for the moment. So, we're here at the trimming table. We take our bone axe, put it here. We take our fish, and we chop. All right, so we got Anadia bones, which is used for making the amphibious armor. We've got the Anadia swim bladder, which is also used for making that. And we got raw Anadia meat. So we can just trade these items for the Anadia remains, which are used for the crab pot, or we can actually take them as crafting ingredients. And now we have the advancement, fish guts. Okay. Take our other fish and chop. Oh, wow. That was a lot of meat from that one. Okay. So we got some scales. We got 5 meats. And we got some more bones. Very cool. So yeah, again, the bones themselves are used to make the leggings, the helmet, the chest plate, and the boots. It's part of it, along with the fins and the scales. These scales we got are also part of it. And then the swim bladder. The swim bladder is used essentially as an accessory that you put into the armor. Let's go ahead and put these in our mob drops for the moment. But yeah, this is a good way to get to the Anadia meat. It's also a good way to get the Anadia remains for the crab pot. Because I believe that you have to have Anadia remains in the crab pot for it to attract the crabs. Although I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a look at the crab pot itself. Yeah. Add Anadia remains to tempt crabs can be placed on top of a crab pot filter for more uses. So we're not wanting to filter the crabs. We just want to try and capture them. Weedwood sticks, weedwood planks, and a reed rope. Okay. We got reed rope. We got weedwood planks, and we got sticks. Let's make a crab pot. Here we go. Put those away. And I see some red markers over there. Let's test out the crab pot. See what it does. Worst comes to worst, we can try and capture another fish real quick. And then get some Anadia remains. Okay. So the crab pot cannot be placed on top of water. Or, excuse me, it cannot be placed on a solid block. It most likely has to... Hello, white. It most likely has to be placed in water, which is fine. That's understandable. This guy is just wanting to circle all the way around me. Okay, but if we take the crab pot and simply place it underwater like that, will the crab walk into the crab pot? No, it does not. Good to know. Oh, you know what? I don't have my axe on me right now. Let me go grab my axe. I left it in the trimming table. Now, I do know that normal crafting, you can turn... Where'd my axe go? Oh, it's right there. I put it in the wrong spot. That's my derp. Sorry. I know you can convert two Anadia. Hi. You can convert two Anadia meats into an Anadia remains. So these guys do not interact with the pot at all. That's all right. So most likely we do have to bait the crab pot to get the crabs in there, which is kind of what I figured. It does, I guess, kind of suck that it takes, it's going to take a full, you know, a full Anadia remains to capture one crab. But the main thing about capturing a crab is that you can put the crab then on the trimming table and you get more from the crab. But at the same time, you're using an entire Anadia remains, which is one Anadia meat, to get that. I don't see any more fish at the moment. But you know what? Since we went ahead and got some Anadia meat, let's just go ahead and use one, just to see what it looks like. So we've got the raw Anadia meat. We convert that into Anadia remains. Again, no big deal that we're quote unquote wasting food or anything. We're testing this out. We head back over here where there are a bunch of the crabs. We'll take the crab pot. Let's place... Oh, hi fish. Well, that's fine. Place the pot. Place the remains in the pot. And then... watch the crab. Hey! It's a trap! Nice. So we captured a crab. It looks like one crab can be in the pot at a time. So we got said crab. Now to get the crab out. Oh, okay. We don't have to break the crab pot. We can just right-click it out. Awesome sauce. Now I'm assuming, hello crab. Hi, come on over, crab. Oh, it's trapped in the water there. Now, since there's no more remains inside, I'm assuming this crab is not going to interact with the pot. That's okay. Yes, I know, crab, you're very pinchy. That's okay. Back to Starbase. And we'll take a look. So what we can do is we can take that. We take our axe and chop. Yeah. So basically capturing a crab using one Anadia meat to become one Anadia remains means we get 2 crab claws and 2 crab sticks directly. So that's pretty cool. You basically are turning one Anadia meat into 2 crab sticks and 2 claws, which every 3 claws becomes 1 crab stick. So it's it can be a pretty good trade-off in terms of how much food you get. It's just costing you a little bit of food for potentially a lot of bit of food. So, not bad. I do think I'll have to do some more fishing off camera, just, you know, pass the time every now and again. But the main thing I'm going to be doing is going to be, let's see. Nope, I need to use the axe. There we go. The main thing I'm going to be doing off camera, like I said, is going through, chopping down some more weedwood trees to get the types of weedwood that I need. Probably smelting, cooking up more of the swamp reeds into dried swamp reeds to then make the thatch for the roof. And then filling in the bottom airspace so that I don't get attacked from something from below. But yeah, again, apologies for this episode being, you know, kind of a little flighty. Having the red sky event happen as I'm trying to do the initial building and then, you know, having combat for, what, 20 minutes or so, does make for a little bit more difficult in terms of trying to describe what I'm doing. But hey, combat's combat. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. And good game.